Hi guys, and welcome back to Macaroon. This video is going to be a quick and fun recipe on how to make clear slime without using any glue or peel-off face masks. I'm also happy to announce that I have brand new merchandise out, which is an embroidered version of my Fat Koala squishy. You can get this design on caps, polo shirts or sweatshirts, and I've linked everything down below, so be sure to check it out in my Crown-Made shop. If you're new here, then a big welcome, and please remember to subscribe to Macaroon and my other channel, Cute Life Hacks. And now without any further ado, let's get started on our slime tutorial. The secret behind this method is touchable bubble solution. A big thanks to the viewer MissDIY25 who discovered this method along with her friend. Their Instagram accounts are ScribbleSigns, MochiSlimes25 and BubbleSlimes3, all of which I've linked below, so be sure to check them out. This is basically a thick solution containing PVA and soap that lets you blow bubbles which dry in the air. Afterwards, you can pop them and they leave a residue on your fingers that feels kind of similar to dried glue or peel-off face masks. Please note that touchable bubbles is not the same thing as plastic bubbles or bloonies. This bubble solution is water-based, which you can clearly tell by smelling the liquid. It has almost no smell and is therefore safe to come in contact with skin. In comparison, plastic bubble paste is solvent-based and contains many other chemicals which make these thicker plastic bubbles possible. I'm going to be going into a lot more detail about bloonies in my next video, since this is a very controversial product and there's a lot to talk about. So be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on that. So now let's get back to these touchable bubbles. I'm going to start with a quick slime chemistry recap for all the new subscribers, so apologies to those who already know this. Slime is simply the result of a chemical reaction between PVA and borate under alkaline pH conditions. PVA stands for polyvinyl alcohol, which is a plastic polymer that can be dissolved in water. It has nothing at all to do with drinkable alcohol, so that obviously can't be used as a substitute. In this diagram, you can see the PVA polymers floating around inside water. When you add borate, either in contact lens solution or made from powdered borax, it causes the polymers to clump together, forming longer strands and becoming less sticky. This eventually turns into a solid, stretchy lump, which is great fun to play with and which we obviously know as slime. If the water happens to evaporate, then the leftover PVA will form a thin plastic-like layer that can be peeled away from skin. I'm sure you've seen this before when you get craft glue on your hands or when you leave a peel-off face mask to dry. In this case, the touchable bubble solution definitely contains PVA because that creates this thin membrane around the bubbles which you can touch. Knowing all of this, it's really easy to make slime because all you have to do is follow the basic recipe. I'm using both tubes of bubble solution and diluting it with a tiny bit of water to increase the volume. Since bubble solution clearly also contains soap, which already has an alkaline pH, I thought that I might be able to create the slime just by adding borate and leaving out the baking soda. However, after a bit of mixing, I realized that the pH wasn't alkaline enough, so I did end up adding a small pinch of baking soda as well. And sure enough, this quickly turned into a slime. This looks white because of all the air bubbles inside, so you just have to leave it inside an airtight container until all the bubbles have risen to the top. After a few days, it looks like this, and you can see that everything is perfectly clear. This reminds me a lot of liquid glass putty. When making clear slime, the type of base you use, such as PVA glue or face mask or bubble solution, can have an effect on the final result. Sometimes you might end up with a slime that has a slightly yellowish tint, or one which isn't fully transparent. The best way is to experiment with different brands and products until you find one which works well for you. Though it's perfectly normal for all types of clear slime to turn cloudy after you play with it for a while. As you can see, this is starting to pick up air bubbles again, so I'm going to return it to the container for a few days. You can repeat this process a few times, but eventually your slime will stay cloudy. This is due to tiny bits of dust and dirt that get transferred from your skin, so once this happens, then it's time to throw it out. So I hope you enjoyed this DIY, and be sure to check out my new merchandise from my crown-made shop, which I've linked down below. I'm Joanna, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.